What's up, everyone? I hope everyone's having a wonderful morning. Let's get this day started. And, let's do a quick recap, right? I hope everyone's weekend was really good. Enjoyed it. Had some rest. Got a bad week last week because it was ranging back and forth. Finally got that reset. Hopefully we can get the markets to move again and we can get some profits in. Pretty much overnight, we tried to make a little bit of a pump. Nothing crazy. Kind of stayed in that range. Little dip, little comeback. It didn't really make newer highs, newer lows, or anything like that. It's just still fighting back and forth. Nothing crazy going on. What's up, Chuck? Hope you had a nice weekend, man. But still, I'm still expecting a little range bound situation unless we can see a nice break. Yeah, man, I saw the feeling good news, but I don't think that's what's gonna make or break everything right now because we all already known him and his actions. So it's like, hopefully he does get better. Like, I don't want anyone hurt, but we will see what happens. Yeah, Enzo, it is starting to get a bit more range bound again. Like, if you got in early, maybe if you're up early, like 4 o'clock, and you got in, yeah, you would have been nice. But right now, it's just fighting back and forth between our key level, right? Our key level right there, that yellow line is at 3360. So, kind of just bouncing back and forth. I tried to get in a trade to go to long because I saw a nice position coming up, but then I took it out for break even because I saw, okay, this wasn't really working out. It didn't hit my stop and it came right back up to my break even, so I was like, let me cancel it out. So P&L right there, $0 as you guys can see. You're in at 33.62. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got long right there as well because I got the algo alert for 5 minutes. But today, if it's a range bound situation, we're not gonna get the best performance, and that's something you have to keep in mind. Yeah, Chuck. So we'll have to see what happens. I was surprised when he said he's planning on making like a surprise visit. I'm like, how are they letting you out? Yeah, man, it has been in this range because we really can't break through it for some reason. It's like we're struggling because we are closer to the all-time highs, right? Because like we look at the, let's see the daily charts, right? All-time highs were around at like 35.97. We're at 33.60, only like 200 points short. So it is very common. But we will try to see if we can finally get that push and continue our trend because we did have that nice little tech sell-off a week or 2 weeks ago. And then now we're finally trying to rebound just a little bit. But again, there is that possibility, very likely possibility of a nice big downtrend at any point again, just like in March. Just obviously economic conditions. Election year, that's the only reason we're pumping it up so much. If it wasn't election year, trust me, we would have been still down. We wouldn't have had this crazy recovery. So it'll be very interesting to see because a lot of businesses are still closing down. It's 9:30, seeing a nice little pump up. Okay, let's see how it goes. And my performance in September just wasn't that great because it's not the right month for trading. I'm kind of, we started the new quarter. I'm hoping that we can finally break through this range situation and finally make our moves up. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm gonna let this candle finish, obviously. Maybe we can get in on this candle. We'll see. If it doesn't push up too high. Okay, now it is. Great. Glad it worked in your favor, Enzo. Yeah, I got in at 62, but I kind of just took it out because it was about to hit my stop for it. So I was like, you know what? The momentum's kind of gone. And right at market open, it can go either way. So glad it worked out for you, man. Right now, it's like really pumping up. We'll see. Yeah, you could have kept it for longer, but it's good to take your profits when you have it, right? Because when the morning first candle like takes everything out, right? From the overnight highs, that's something to pay attention to. Might be in a bull run today. We'll find out. If you look at my other screen over here, which I'll pull over, right? So we got the alert here. One alert at like 6:30 that worked out beautifully. Second alert, I took it out. I got in, took it out because it wasn't, it wasn't moving. And this one, I'm not going to be getting in just for the simple reason of my rule. What's the size of the candle? It's already 10.75 points. If I was under 10, I would have got in. Since it's over, unless it crosses, comes back down, and then tries to go up again, that's when I'll get in. But other than that, I'll have to be patient. I'll just look for some delta moves and go for some quick scalps for the moment. But yeah, that's my plan for today. Yeah, it wasn't lying. It was like the whole point of the algo is to like find those primo momentum moves. It's trying to find which direction the buyers or sellers are trying to head towards. And it wasn't wrong, but that stop placement for this one was gonna get hit here, I believe. Yeah, to the tick, 33.975, and after that, it kind of pumped up. That's the thing, right? Pre-market, got to be a little bit more careful. I'm a bit more cautious in the pre-market, so that's why I kind of like, you know what? Let me just take it out for break even since it's not moving up as I wanted it to. And now I was hoping this one wouldn't be this big, but it is, and I'll just have to wait for the next alert. Just said 33.61 buy if it touches the wick test. Okay. That noise right there was the alert noise, but I mean, yeah, some people literally just play that first 5 minutes, right? But then that's like super risky because sometimes it can go either way, bounce back and forth. So it's like, and your fills can be messed up as well. So that's why I kind of just like wait for the first 5 minutes to at least finish. Mainly the first 15 minutes tells you like the market direction that it really wants to head up towards, and then we can go from there. But Yeah, open is risky, guys, but like you have to understand, like if you see this type of movement, that means somebody else is trading it, right? Institutions are trading it. Well, the institutions are definitely trading. That's when they love it. But there's gonna be other people. All these orders that you see in the dome is because other traders are out there trading this market open. For their strategies, it's like, hey, they only get in the market open because they know, hey, high volatility. And there's people that literally only trade the market open and nothing else. Market open and market close, and they're done. Because they like the volatility, they like the instant fills and everything. And that's their personal trading style. For me, I'm a bit more patient. I like to go for my good moves. So, have to wait and see, right? Whenever it pushes up this high, I'd like to be a bit more cautious, obviously, because whenever nice big pump up, has to pull back down. So we will see. I will not be going for this delta play right now just because it's not worth it for me. But I'll need to have like a higher stop loss for this one. That's nice, Enzo. I'm happy for you, man. Hey guys, let's see where this market wants to go today. Seems bullish at the moment, but we always know any reversal can happen. The morning range for the first 15 minutes is a clear indication of which direction it really wants to go in. Once it breaks out, we get that confirmation. Hey, we really want to push up today. If it breaks down, obviously go down. Might end up staying inside of this 10-point range, right? I don't think we haven't escaped that range bound situation just yet, guys. Like that's the one reason I'm very hesitant. Like Friday it burned us. Not really. We still walked away with a profit, but still. We might got stuck in this range for a little bit. It is moving. Like I like the fact that we are making that upwards trend. We'll draw out our morning range for us real quick. We'll see what happens after the first, 15 minutes. Pre-market volume was a lot lower. That's the only reason I was very hesitant. But today, let's see. If I'm going for a delta play, I'm going to be looking for a reversal. So I'm going to be looking for a red bar on the delta to pop up, and that's when I'll get in. I'm not getting on any green ones at the moment. But what I will look for is a morning breakout. You see in the 1 hour charts, we are pretty much just moving up. It's been a bit slow, but we are moving up. So our first target on the 1 hour chart is 33.7850, and then our second target is 33.9550. So that trend to the upside is there. It's just a matter of, does it want to chop around a bit more, or does it finally just want to push through? And those targets are specifically based off of my algo, right? 1 hour charts. We're in good hands. We should be able to hit that 33.7850 today, most likely. And we can see how far it wants to push up after that. It was a slow start, but it didn't hit our stop losses, so we were still in good hands for this one. So we'll see. This is the 1 hour charts, guys, and we're gonna see how it plays out. Good morning, Mustafa. We'll look for a quick scalp off of the breakout of the morning range. Breakout, we should push through pretty quickly. My weekend was good, man. I met up with my college friends and everyone, so we had like a bit of a game night, and it was nice. Very peaceful. Sunday, kind of just went on a hike, went to a new place. Really enjoyed that. Very peaceful to get away from everything. Stop looking at my charts for like at least like 2 days for once. So that was, I'm very relaxed. I'm happy. How about you guys? You guys have a good weekend? Do anything fun? That's great to hear, man. Oh, that's dope. Went fishing. Yeah, I think around here it's getting a bit cold for fishing, but hopefully we can start it back up. Stop fill. On, just hit my target for 100. I mean, can't go for that 1 point. Loves playing to the tick game for me. It hits it and then doesn't fill me, which pisses me off. We should get the buyers to, you know, step in. Little breakout. Out those with us. A little bit of selling pressure coming in, but I think we should be able to hold strong on this one. That's the thing with the morning breakouts, right? Either pressures through completely or also break out once and then come back and then break out for a second time for the bigger move. See if it's going to try to take us out or if it's going to finally push back up. And the reason I have a 3-point stop is because of this market and the way like price moves around. I just need a tiny bit of a bigger stop, or else I would have made it like 1.5 points or 2 points max. But in this case, I have to make it 3. So let's see if it's going to take us out or if we can finally just pump back up. Getting very close to the tick right here. Got some buyers piling up on the dome. Let's see. My buyers stay strong.
Stop filled.
Took me out. Second breakout. Once it happens. 1. Chucks, are you a fisher that puts it back in the water, or do you actually like go home and cook it? You cook them if they're big enough? Okay. Yeah, this one kind of sucks because of the hit no fill. Or else we would have got that 1 point pretty quickly. But hopefully, right now, second breakout should be the one where it tries to pump up. I'm gonna go target from 33.7150 to 33.7875. Sorry, 70.50. I do any side hustles in my free time? Not really, not right now, because I don't really get that much free time anymore. Like I'm building this business as well, so it's like I'm trading, building everything out, like creating like the website for the enhanced rates algo, managing that, managing the Discord. So that I feel like my hands are full right now. I don't have any other like any side hustles like that. And then with real estate as well, so it's like you know, time's kind of crunched. What about you? You do any side hustles? I mean, yeah, if you have more free time, and you want to do something, man, definitely do it. I always promote it. Side hustles are always a great way. I know a lot of people just sell stuff on eBay or take garage sales, flip them. Flipping is a good side hustle for sure. Or you can just go on Craigslist, find some stuff that somebody doesn't want, but somebody else does want. So it's like that's something you can get into. Yeah, there are a lot of things that you can get into, man. There you can literally flip anything nowadays as well, and then people like to do car detailing. Yeah, it really comes down to like what do you like as a personality. Like if you're a person that's hey, like you like fishing, you like hiking, you can do something related to that. Or if you're like a person that likes cars and you're like I like to clean my car and whatnot, and I have all the tools and I know how to do it properly, then guess what? Go charge your neighbor like $100 to clean their car. Just detail it for them. I'm sure they'll be happy because like that's better to go to someone that they trust. You just start with your own neighborhood first. I mean, you can always create your own service. So like, there's a lot of people like you can literally ask in your like own like neighborhood, right? There's people that are always working and they don't really want to cook. Depends on where you're like living, but if you're like closer to a city area, then you'll find a lot of people that don't really know how to cook. Younger people, me or anyone's like not the best at cooking, so I wouldn't mind paying somebody else to cook for me. And you could just make the same thing but in like a big batch and like hey, like every day send it out to people, or you just make like a little group of like 20 people and you just make them food daily and they pay you. And they get a new meal every day. And since you're a chef, you love cooking, obviously, right? Or else you wouldn't be doing that. And so that like you could definitely do that. And then as things grow, you'll have more area and room to grow your business. I've seen a lot of people do that actually around me. There's a lot of people that just cook from home and they just give them meals every day, or they'll make them meals for like the whole week. For the people that are like bodybuilding or anything like that, because they want meals for the whole week or a nutritional meal. So you'll probably be better at telling them, hey, like I know exactly what foods will help you, what foods won't help you. Like I'm pretty sure you're aware of what fat food is, what healthy food is. So it's like, yeah, man, there's a lot of people out there now. It's like, but just because there's people out there doesn't mean that you can't do it, right? The competition is what makes it fun. Getting some nice selling pressure at the moment. See if we can go for this one real quick. it's gonna be chopping back and forth, and I will get burned on that one, but we'll see what happens. Honestly, just go to your local Facebook page for like your own township or wherever you live, right? And then be like, "Hey, I'm a chef and I can cook. I can make you meals like every day. And you guys can just come pick it up, or I can just drop it off, or whatever, right? Or make it for like the next 2 to 3 days. That way you don't have to drive back and forth every day." And obviously, if your food tastes good, then they're gonna keep coming back to you. That's like the one best part of that industry, right? Tastes good and they like it, they will be back. Right now, I see a nice little Delta bar coming, so I will try to get in on this, see if it finishes or if the buyer or sellers are gonna be really taken out. It's gonna get really weak like it is right now, and then I won't have an opportunity. So yeah, man, Indian weddings, they spend a good amount. Like, no doubt about it. I know personally. Every time I've been there and I talk to my cousins or anything, like, they spend a good amount of money. It's a big thing. Yeah, man, it's a big party too. Goes on for a couple days, like a whole week sometimes. Oh yeah, definitely. It'll be all night. So many people live for the Indian weddings. Like, they're so fun. You're literally just balling out on everything. Yep, no move on the Delta here. Should be getting that push back up. See if we can catch that little breakout for the second time and get in. I don't want to be stuck in this area, right? Yeah, my target for this move will be 78.50 because that's the first target on the 1 hour charts as well, going to the algo. So it's like if we get in here, good position. Nice breakout of the morning range. Add this confirmation. Next, it's like, hey, we have our target in place already, so that's why we're going for that. Oh yeah, I love Indian food. I think my favorite dish would probably have to be like garlic naan and butter chicken. Like, the food just has a lot of flavor, which that's the one reason I love it. I think my favorite cuisines are Mediterranean and Asian food. That includes like Indian food. But yeah, right now I'm trying to see if there's can be a breakout right there, make that big push up. That's what I'm waiting for at the moment. If I get that trade, I'll just close up shop for the day because obviously messed up with a breakout for the first one. So let's see if we can get that big breakout to the second one. Yeah, they definitely understand the use of spices, man. As long as it's not too spicy, I'll be happy. Let's see, can we get that push to push through 33.7150 and then just pump up? That's what I'm waiting for. No, I never tried that, Chris, but I'll be open to it. I love trying new food. And the Caribbean flavors are actually nice too. They have a nice, like a different way that they cook, and I like it. I remember when I went to the Bahamas once, I had their food around there, and I liked it. And right now, I'm just literally just waiting to see if I can catch anything. Can break out, hit 33.7150. My buy stop order, getting in long till 33.7050. I'll be a good move. Should keep us in profit of about like 400. This is the one main reason why I always go for like the second breakout of the day and not the first. But this time I was just going for that quick 1 point on the first breakout, and that's what really took me out. But hey, it happens. Because sometimes you'll get that first breakout and just pushes through completely. Yeah, man. A lot of people do trade oil, but oil is one of the things that will burn a lot more people than anything else. So you have to be very careful when you're trading oil. Yeah, Chris, I kind of agree with that. I think food really like combines everyone, right? If you like their food, you're not gonna be like, hey, like I feel like a lot more people will be more friendly, I guess. Like, why would you be mean to somebody that's like feeding you? That's like the worst thing you could ever do. Like, I personally just stopped trading the CL just for one reason: is the way it was moving for the past couple of months just was not the way I like to trade it. Too much volatility, and see, crude oil just moves so much, like way too quickly. Oh, that's dope, man. How was the Philippines? I never went there. Definitely want to check it out though. I heard they have a lot of good food there as well. Let's see if we can get filled here, guys. I'm waiting. It's really just struggling to break out of that morning range. That's why I always put up the one tick above to avoid double top situations.
Stop filled.
Just got filled there. So let's see. Can we get that push up to 33.7850 and then we can just be done for the day. That put us like 700. So minus our 300 loss from the morning, 400 profit. So let's see if we can hit it. Yeah, I think traveling's the best. Like obviously this year, like I was planning on going to like Switzerland, Italy, like all those places on the other side of Europe, and I didn't go. Me and my family were supposed to go, you know, in the summer, but obviously Corona just had to mess everything up. That's okay. We'll probably end up going next year, hopefully. Switzerland's been on my list for a long time. That's like the only reason like I was upset. Like last year we went to like just Europe, like London, Belgium, Amsterdam. Went to one other place. Oh, Paris. But hopefully next year. This year I can't even like do like little road trips or anything because it's like, hey, where would I stay? Because it's like Corona again. Oh, that's nice, Chris. I went like, well, pretty much. I actually went last September. I don't know, for London, for some reason, I just felt like I didn't really feel a change from like America to London. I don't know. I just didn't like people. Obviously, were different, but like overall, like you know, I don't know. I just felt like I was in the same area, especially the city part, because I was like, oh, okay, this is like Philadelphia, New York, a little bit like people just minding their own business, going to work. But then Paris, Amsterdam, and Brussels, that's where I was like, okay, this is completely different. I like this much better. See, can we get that push? Yeah, our algo's been doing on crude oil. I know it's been working like crazy for the past couple of days because ES has been ranging, but crude oil has been pushing. So this is a crude oil 5 minute charts, right? Nice alerts. We got one at like 4 o'clock. We have one right now that's in play from 9:05 from targets. Okay, let's see how that plays out, right? Because like again, each tick is like what, $10 on crude oil. So you'd add like 210 on here. Have 420 here. But again, with crude oil, these big dips is what scares a lot of people. Oh, your cousin lives in Brussels? That's dope. I love that place. Like that place was very cool. Like not gonna lie, I was a big fan of it. Very peaceful and a lot of nice people. The rest of the family's in Italy. Okay. Yeah, I mean, Italy's next on the list as well, right? I want to hit Italy, Switzerland, and the places around it. Definitely want to go to Rome in Italy. And yeah, check. It's gonna be a while before I feel like everything goes back to normal. Like that's the sad part. See if we can continue this push up, man. I don't understand why we're not just pushing through. We normally do. And yeah, for that 1 point, we would have got it here, but we're trying to go for that bigger move right now. Yikes, 3 years for the hotel business? That's gonna be tough. Well, I'm pretty sure like once a vaccine comes out and like everyone gets it, and like probably like 4 months after the vaccine's like everyone it's out, everyone gets it. That's when like you'll see a lot more people just going back to normal, doing normal things. Especially if companies open up and then they start opening a company travel. That'll be the biggest thing. I know hotels depend on that a lot as well. Delta bar in this one. Let's see if we break through it. Push up. I think we have the potential to definitely push up today. At 33.7850 is a fair target. It's still inside inside of our range, right? Yeah. Our next key level is around like 33.99. That's a big range, so we have potential. I mean, yeah, probably you probably do have to prove that you have vaccine, but I'm pretty sure they'll have an easy way of doing that. Nice little doctor's note or like a little card. We have yesterday's key level. It's a nice area. I'm definitely gonna stick this through. I know there's some buyers piling up at 33.75, which is okay. I think we should be able to push through them. Might be a little bit of a battle. I'm just gonna get rid of this morning range because right now it's kind of showing me we don't need it anymore. Let's see. Delta's pushing up. That's nice. And this would have been a nice Delta play as well, right? But obviously also in a trade, so why would I get into another trade? We got that 1 point here easily. Let's see. Can we push? Only 4 points away. 4 points isn't much in this market, right? Overall, the ES is up 1% for the day right now. Oh, definitely, Chuck. I don't plan on getting the vaccine until like it's been like out there for a little while because I never trust vaccines like on the first one. Because like there's always gonna be some issues coming out with it. It's like, and you don't know the long-term effects of it. That's why I'd personally just wait. Me personally, all right? I would wait a little bit, make sure like everything's good. Like then I would go for it. Even if Trump endorses it, man, only like I don't think everyone will take it because it's like they know it's like it's a completely new vaccine. It's not like, oh, we're just doing a flu shot like every year. It's been tested over and over again. But it's just completely different. It's a different strain of a virus, so you got to be very careful. These literally doctors say we don't know the long term effects. I'm like, if the doctors are telling me they don't know, then it's like, why would I be doing Yeah, people are way too hopeful. I mean, you can always create the vaccine in like about a year and a half, but it's just understanding their actual risks and effects. It takes a long time because only time can tell. Getting super close to our first target. This was purely the breakout, the second breakout, right? That's why I always stick with the second breakout because that's when I know the confirmation of a move is there, and that's what I'll be sticking with in the future as well to avoid these situations and losing out on that. But hopefully we can hit that target. See some delta coming in. Nice buyer stepping in. I love seeing that. We just need that extra push, extra bump, and that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for it to hit my target. That will move my stop up much closer now. And I think the biggest thing people should be doing, I think just wearing your mask will help you out a lot, even with the regular flu, right? Just because we have corona does not mean that we can't get affected by the regular flu or anything else. So it's like, you know, that mask has really been helping a lot of kids and everyone just avoiding getting the flu this year as well. Right now, a lot of people would have had the flu by now, and we would see a lot of people being sick, but because people are wearing masks and actually washing their hands, general hygiene that you should be doing, that's what's happening. Yeah, you don't want to get the flu and the Rona at the same time. I feel like that would be the worst thing. That's a good call. You got out at 33.76. Okay, that's good, man. I'm just waiting it out to see if we can get that push because we only need like 2 more points. We have some sellers chilling at 33.78, but I think the way it's moving, we should be able to push through it. It's funny with me, like it's like people finally realize, hey, you should be washing your hands. Like, dude, you should have been doing that from the beginning. Like, why are you eating your food or picking up a burger without cleaning your hands first? Because you got all that dirt that you got from everywhere else, and you're putting that in your mouth, and that kind of just freaks me out. Come on, go, let's go. 2 ticks, let's go. Oh yeah. This is the only time I get annoyed with trading. That's the one time when it gets so close to my targets, it'll hit it. Sometimes it won't hit. It'll go back down, or it'll just be buffering right there before it wants to take it out. And that in that extra 2 seconds of patience is what gets me.
Order filled.
We are filled, guys. That trade was a profit of 700, but obviously, since we took that $300 loss before, gross P&L of 400. If I just stuck to the rule of going for the second breakout, we would have caught this and had 700. So I'm happy with this trade. We'll see if we can get another algo alert anytime soon. If we do, we'll get in. If not, we're chilling. 400, still good. Let's see what you guys are saying. The media is blowing up Corona, but you got to understand, like, it is a very serious situation. I understand that not many people will get it, but that one person that does get it, they're going to be affected a lot, right? And it's like I saw one post one time. It's like, hey, if I gave you a bag of M&Ms and I said one of them could kill you, would you eat the bag? Like, no, like you wouldn't take that chance. And same thing with Corona, right? It's like anyone has the chance to get it. It's not like one person is immune to it. Oh, your wife's a nurse, man. Damn, that's tough right now. But I'm happy that she doesn't have many Corona cases and you guys are safe, man. Definitely want everyone to be safe out there. Strategy of be working out. Did pretty good today, just waiting for algo confirmations. Good job, Enzo. I'm glad you're picking everything up because I know you said you were paper trading and everything. So I'm glad everything's starting to come in place for you. Thank you, Chuck. Thank you, Chris. She's been in the Rona ward a lot. Oh man, I'm glad that she didn't catch it or she won't. I really hope that she won't get it either. My prayers are with you guys. Like I know it's tough, being in the hospital. One of my best friends just started working in the hospital right now, and it's like it's like I can't even see him. Like I have to see him from a distance. It's like damn, it's like that. Thank her for her service, man. I know it's not easy dealing with patients right now. I have much respect for everybody in the medical field. Nah, man, dude, they really are because they help out a lot, and like they don't get as much credit too. That's one part that sucks, right? They're super helpful. I have one friend that works as a nurse right now, and she goes through a lot. She's like literally working every night shift out there, but that's she's like, yeah, it sucks sometimes, but also like she gets to help those people. She works as an RN for a healthcare company. Dude, working as an RN is a pretty good job. Not gonna lie, because most of the people in like the company don't even know that they have a nurse in their company. Oh yeah, dude, trust me, they do work their ass off. I agree with that. And yeah, they do get paid well. I remember my friend just started. He was telling me like he couldn't eat any dinner because he was just like running around so much. She gets bonuses like every month. That's dope. Anyways, when I was working in corporate, I was like, they told me that we had like a doctor in house and a nurse in house, and I'm like, oh okay, but I don't think anyone ever used it. Rubbing it in your face. I mean, she's your sister, man. What else is she gonna do? That's what every sibling does. They find every single tiny way to annoy people, right? My older brother does that to me. I do that to him. Like he'll go to his work, he'll come back, and he's like, he'll see me. It's like, oh, all you do is click a button. I was like, well, yeah, it's a lot more than just clicking a button, but at the end of the day, yeah, it does come down to just clicking a button for me. Yeah, it's very nice to have your own in-house doctor and nurse. Like that'd be comes in very handy when you have an emergency situation. But hopefully they're prepared for it, right? That one time they're needed. And did we get taken out to the tick this time? I just noticed that. Our target was spot on. He's like, I was using the 1 hour target, right? I'll show you guys right here. Um, the 1 hour chart, our target was for 33.7850. I saw that we had room, and like we can get in. It's finally pushing up. Nice. Our next target here would obviously be 33.95.50 and 34.12.75. And then in the 5 minutes, our target would have been 33.82. So I saw, okay, we broke through that price. We're still in good range. So obviously I wasn't going to enter on this trade because one, it didn't cross through in the next and didn't pull back after that. I would want it to break through first, pull back, then I would enter. But in this case, that wasn't the exact case. But I got in for the breakout because this also created the morning breakout. So on the second breakout that we had, that's when we got in, and we took it out for that hourly target range. We could wait till 33.82 if we wanted to, but still having that 700 and 400 net profit, I'm still happy with it. Yeah, obviously you don't want to meet them with. I try explaining trading to my fam, and they think it's like so frustrating. Hard to really explain how much goes into it. Yeah, man, dude, a lot of things go into trading. Like, there's a lot of emotions, there's a lot of stress that comes with it. But that's anytime you're following your dream or you're following your passion, right? A lot of people, like, as long as you really care about trading and you're gonna get into it, that's when you'll make the consistent money after a while. But if you're the person like, oh, my friend made money, I'm coming in too, I'm gonna do it. I can afford to like throw a couple hundred in the market and like that. Those are the ones that, yeah, they might get lucky, beginner's luck, and then after that, it's like, hey, whatever. I mean, you honestly, if you want to really teach them, you just got to take it step by step and make them look at the chart and show them, hey, like, this is how much money you can make. Like, this is how much you make at your job, but then this is how much you can make with trading if you follow your rules. Like, there's a lot of different aspects. Obviously, if you have a 9 to 5, you can, you'll get that paycheck regardless, right? Trading, it doesn't work that way. Your performance gets you your pay. You following your rules gets you your pay. And learning to follow your rules diligently and having that discipline continuously, that's one of the hardest things. It's gambling if you don't know what you're doing, right? When you know what you're doing, it's more science than gamble. I only talk about it with people that understand it and like actually care about it. If they're not, I'm just like, yeah, I trade, but I just that's all I say. Like I'll just leave it at that. That's because they see the stats like, oh, 90% of traders fail. But dude, like 90%, 90% of beginners fail because they give up and they don't actually put the time in to learn. The people that should be considered real traders are people that have been trading for over a year at least, and then you should see the stats on that. I feel like that would be something a lot more, be a lot better. Dude, that's everyone about everything, right, Chris? Like they think they know everything without ever touching it. Same reason why we have these Android and iPhone conversations. People are like, "Oh, iPhone's so much better. Android's so much better," even if they never had the other one. That's just because that's their personal opinion. That's what they grew up with. That's what their mind grew into, and that's just the way it is. But once we break out of that and we're like, "Hey, let me see what he has to say, and is it valid?" That's why whenever people say stuff to me, I'm like, "Okay, what's the fact behind it?" You're gonna explain me a strategy, okay? Why does it work? How does it work? And is it proven? That's why with trading we have back testing to prove, hey, like even with this algo that I built out, right? Back tested it for 4 years. Not just saying, oh, look this last month. I mean, it worked out great. No. 4 years of data. Took a lot of time. And that tells you, hey, consistent over time. And everyone's allowed to have their personal opinion, and like you can't control that. That's one of the things that you can't control. The one thing you can control is having that ability to be like, hey, let me hear them out, and then I'll respond. That's why with me personally, when a person has a conversation with me, I listen first, then respond. I think that's the best way to go about it, and that's my personal opinion, right? For others, it's like I want to make the first move or first like conversation and whatnot. But for me, it's like I'm more strategic with everything. It's like I personally like listening first and then responding to people because then I know exactly what I need to say. But right now, it's pushing up. This is the 5-minute charts, guys. As you guys can see, it says 5 right here. Hit that first target right there. And then let's see if it can go to the second target. It'll be pretty nice to see that happen, right? I kind of really just want us to break out of these range situations and like the hourly charts and finally start making moves again because like when I trade, like one of my favorite ETFs or 3x multiplier is like DQQQ. Like that has made me good amounts of money. It's like I love trading that and just waiting for everything to go back to normal because like especially when we're in like choppy or rangy situation, that's when your swing trades won't work out, your scalps won't really work out too well either. So you got to be careful. So when markets are trending, that's when it's wait for it and then get in and then boom. That's the biggest thing you have to understand with trading is understanding when things are about to be like a little bit range bound or a bit choppy. That's when you got to stay out. That's something I still struggle with because it's like sometimes it's hard to tell when it's like gonna be range bound or choppy, but sometimes Yeah, right now, next target's gonna be another 10 points, right? 33, 92, 75. Could do a little recap. 1 break even, 1 winning, 1 losing. So losing one trade was 300, winning trade was 700. Gross P&L was 400, but obviously due to commissions. Total P&L is 377, which is okay. Wish I just had that 700 instead, but I shouldn't have taken that initial trade, right? Let me know how's your morning going, guys. I know Enzo has having a good morning today, so I'm happy for him. What about you guys? Chris, Chuck, everyone else? Any trades? Anything happening? Do I ever use mental stops? I mean, yeah. So it's like it depends. Like if that day it's really not going for me, that just means it's one of those days I have to stop. Like I can't fight the market. Sometimes it will happen, right? That's the issue with the market where Some days you might have the perfect pattern. It's gonna go in your direction, but hey, your stop loss got hit to the tick. And it's happened to me before. Like happened to me multiple times in the past. Like it's part of trading, and that's just something I have to be accustomed to. And what I do when that happens is I take a little breather and just like instead of getting like agitated or anything, I just be like, hey, let me just wait for the next setup, and you have to stay patient for it, or just walk away from your desk for that day because the market doesn't want to, be in your favor that day. Calculating your stop loss is very difficult, especially in like volatile markets. In slow markets, it's definitely a lot easier, but with volatile markets, very hard, especially when people are starting out new. They just think a stop loss has to be a certain dollar amount without understanding a stop loss is based on actual market movements and not just a dollar amount. Once you get over that mindset, that's when you'll see a difference in when your stops are getting hit versus like how your trades are performing, right? Because if your analysis is right and you're like, hey, I can identify these patterns, I know they work every time, but my stop gets hit, that means your stop needs to be changed. This is one of the things that you notice in your journal because like you write, hey, my stop got hit every time. You notice that. Why does it keep getting hit? Is it too small every time? Am I keeping it at like $200 every single time? Am I keeping it at $400 every single time? Or am I adjusting it and fluctuating it? That's why you never see my stop at a certain place. It's not always like, oh, 400, 400. You have to adjust it. If you're going for quick scalps at like a 1 minute play, then yeah, that makes sense. But if you're going for bigger plays, you have to really understand. You have to follow the market and understand where price is reacting to know exactly where to put your money. Long it for 430 NQ if it hits. Okay. Hope it works out well, man. And Chris, a few short scalps is still good than nothing, right? 28.50, okay. Yeah, if you're trading the pre-market, then yeah, your stops can be a lot smaller because obviously price isn't moving as rapidly. But after 9:30, especially in this market, it's because like today we moved up 42 points. You guys can see how much the ES is up 1.27%, 42 points. So that's one thing you have to be careful about. That's the one reason my risk and my stops are always measured out, calculated by my algo when I do the algo plays. But when I'm doing plays like the breakout, I'll start trailing it with the past two candles just because I know if it's breaking below that, that means it's a sign of weakness, so I have to get more careful. But I can't just have it like 2 point stop. Because if I had a 2 point stop here, it would have been filled at one point or another because price pulls back. But that's why you saw me, even if you guys, take your video back, you'll see me managing my stop and moving it up. And I appreciate all of you guys liking the video today. It really means a lot to me. We only have 9 people watching today, a lot less than last week, but that's okay. People are busy with their Monday mornings. I realize, like, I think a lot more people come on Fridays just because they have more time, or maybe they're working from home on Fridays. So Mondays, a lot less people. We'll see. But yeah, today 400. See how it goes. I'll stay on the stream for a little while, and then we'll go from there. Let's see. I mean, right now it's just nice clean move to the upside, right? No struggle whatsoever. No weak candles yet. Delta's pushing up higher. Candles are getting smaller though. Oh yeah, you did take the Hail Mary, right? I'm glad it at least broke even, but yeah, man, you definitely have to trade what you see in front of you and not like that opinion, right? Like we were talking about before, we have that bias thinking that, hey, we know this, but then do we really? That's the thing you want to watch out for. I think that's the biggest challenge with trading. It's not even like understanding a strategy or anything. If you spend a couple hours, you guys will understand your strategy no matter what strategy it is, and no matter how complex. It'll just take a bit more time, but it's really just executing it, understanding that, getting your regular mind out of it, trying to become that little robot that can just execute on trades. That's the thing, right? The news can be so weird. That's why you got to stick to those main events that we know for a fact will make an impact, right? So for crude oil, it's like the crude oil inventories. Every Wednesday at 10:30, you'll see a big move to the upside or downside depending on the report. Same thing with U.S. markets when we have those home sales or whatever, and then non-farm payrolls and those the high important news. That's the one you want to pay attention to. Everything else, get it out of your head. I understand that sometimes Trump's tweets and everything, they did make a difference, but they weren't going to hold up forever. And they don't. Now, anytime he makes a tweet, people don't really care as much anymore. Remember when we had the whole trade deal situation where everything was just going back and forth every time he made a tweet? That was really messing everything up. That's why I just stick with my technicals and I stick it through without having a doubt. Yeah, it is exactly that. The FOMO is a big thing, right? And that's just not with trading. Everyone has FOMO about something. And with trading, the fact that, oh, we see that, oh, somebody else made money, we shouldn't be about that. Be happy for that somebody else made money, because you shouldn't be comparing yourself to them. They have a different strategy, they have a different way of trading, and you never know like what their trades are over time versus what your trades are, right? That's why when I see you guys say you guys made a profit, I'm super happy for you guys, genuinely, because it's like, hey, other people are making money in the markets with me. It's like, I'm happy for you guys, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, that guy made that much. Because I remember some of you guys, like last week, when there was one person that's like, oh, he made like 1,000 or 2,000 on one trade. I was like, dude, that's awesome. Like, I'm happy for you. I'm not jealous of you or anything. I'm doing my own thing. You're doing your own thing, but we all have the same interest, and that's what matters to me. That's why I always say I wish you guys the best at every end of every stream, because I genuinely do. I want you guys to make money, because I know how stressful it gets with trading sometimes. So it's like, I understand the pain. Yeah, obviously you didn't want to miss market reacting to Trump's illness, but it's like, again, the president shouldn't be having that big of an impact on the markets, because the president can always be replaced. Just Trump's situation was, he tried to promote the market so much that he tried to control them a little bit, but now it's going back to normal where, hey, the institutions are back in control. Yeah, Pence is ready to go, waiting for the wings. Yeah, definitely. Let's see if we can catch any moves. I think this is really just pumping up at this point, nice and slow. Good morning, George. Finally getting that little bit of resistance up here at 84. Obviously, our next target is at 92.75. 92.75 would be right around here, guys. So it's like, yeah, it has that potential to make that move, but it's like, gotta fight through some sellers before that happens. And for those of you that got in on the algo play from the 930 mark, just remember, at level 1, you better move your stop up to break even now. And you can honestly add a couple points here as well, like probably up to like 73.25. Have like 2 points in profit that way. Even if it reverses, you're never losing anything, you're just riding it out for the big move. Because you got in on this play and you stayed in accordingly. Even though I know I personally wouldn't trade this because obviously it's more than 10 points. The alert candle was more than 10 points, but the first target was 10.75, second target's at 21.5, and third target is at 32.25. So definitely be careful. Definitely just, once it's level 2, move it down to level 1, or take it off at level 2 because that's a pretty extended move. So definitely see how everything's playing out right now. And even taking it off for that 10-point profit at 33.82, more than enough. Pay attention like the market and make sure nothing's happening, nothing crazy about to happen, and just watch the volume. Candles are getting a little bit weaker, but we'll see how much we can push up. Yeah, to be honest, I don't think I'll find any moves happening anytime soon because it's just slowly moving up. We might see a little bit of a sell-off, but I think we're still in good hands to push up today. And obviously, if we were still in the trade from up here, that's one thing. But since we took our profit, made 400, we're good for the day for now. Not going to force anything, not even going to bother with any scalp plays. It's not worth it. Don't give up your profits after you make them. So yeah, I think today I might just end the stream early, guys, because it's like, why sit in front of the screen and just try to force myself to look at something and try to find an opportunity when I have my profit in? Let me just call it a day, come back tomorrow. So yeah, I think that's exactly what I'm going to be doing. At this nice profit, if you guys want to watch the trades, I will make the markers on the stream right now after I hop off. And yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful day. Hope you guys bring in those profits, and I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Peace out.